Fingers crossed, we should be live. Hello everyone, welcome to Nhrl Race League Division 1, round 16 of the Championship. We're here in a very rainy Singapore, and thanks for the guys turning up tonight who have taken the time out to not watch the football. I know Euros going on, England v Scotland. Anyone who is watching it and not here today, no hard feelings from me. I know that you guys are probably looking forward to that more than anything, and we'll hopefully see you guys next week. Gaming, in terms of Singapore, what to be expected? So actually, I don't think you get that many mixed condition races around here.
Obviously, I do expect, in the likelihood of we're probably going to have a busy pit crew with the changing of the nose, maybe in these conditions. But as for the racing total, boy, howdy, is this going to get something? It's going to go long.
I don't think it's going to be as long as we think it is, because it's not like it's a heavy rain race and we've got 20 drivers on the grid, because those ones, they're the ones that take like 2 hours, as some people apparently remember. But no race around here has ever finished longer than an hour for us. So I don't, unless if it really is just the drivers like, oh yeah, what races around here for like the 2 hours long. No, I don't blame them for it.
Now, to be fair, I was saying that this race may be cut short if X amount of people crash out.
Depends how many.
So that's why I said X amount.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm just trying to... It's 75% race distance they have to make if full points are going to be awarded. But yet again, well, I would say top 10 will only get it if 90% of them finish, but we've got 10 drivers, so we don't need to worry about that. So, oh, there's spinning McLaren, Leroy, struggling a little bit. And 75% of 31. I think that's like 15, 16.
Seems a bit low.
I mean, no, that's like half.
So talking maybe like getting to mid-20s.
Yeah, let me do it a different way. 720. That 21-22. There we go.
There we go.
Collins around the final corner, across the line. It's P7. Filling in the Mercedes today. Who's that Renault behind him? Well, I think that shifters who's just started a lap. Invalid lap. Collins pan in front of him.
Way. You know, I also thought Collins wasn't even going to race today.
Yeah, he said that. I said it at the time. He'll be back.
So how on and off are we talking?
Well, hopefully back full time in Division 2. In terms of Div 1, I'm not 100% because he never normally is available. Hang on. DXS? How so many people invalidated?
Connor, I'm talking about the weather for on and offness today.
The weather?
Yeah, you said it's going to be a mix. So how on and off we're talking here?
Bit of rain, bit of dry, rain again, and then very, very heavy rain.
So we will have a dry season for you.
Yes. How long that dry season's going to be, I don't know.
Well, it depends on how quick this track dries up.
Yeah. Either way, it's already stopped raining in qualifying.
Oh, for God's sake.
Everything okay?
No, mate. You know how on that last week my TV had a little bit of a blip?
Yeah.
He did it again.
God. bored with antics. That is on a lot. So I don't know what people are doing that are invalidating.
I take it you're not interested in football, are you, Connor?
Not particularly. It's the few odd games that I don't mind watching. Like in the Premier League, I'll happily watch Liverpool v Man U. But to me, yeah, I understand some people's love for the Euros. I personally wouldn't take time out of anything that I love to watch something like that, unless if it was the World Cup.
You care more about the World Cup than you do the Euros?
Well, yeah, it's just a European National Championship to me, so I'm not too bothered.
Yeah, but they're both major tournaments, though.
I understand that, but it's not like World Cup level, so I'm not too bothered.
To be fair, it's anything in the World Cup level.
Nah, I don't know why the only other sport that came to my mind was darts.
Why darts?
I don't know. Cameron?
Cameron goes top.
So I'm confused as why I didn't bother with turn 1.
Oh, why not? Oh, why not? I'm kind of, you know, I'm kind of worried because I know that my family are watching the games. I could hear anything at any moment.
I'm gonna say if you know the score for whatever reason, then let us know. Let us. If I hear something being broken, I think we've not scored.
Well, you'll probably get it from me, because even though my family's watching it on the main TV, I've actually got it here on the side of me.
Fair enough. MDJ cross line goes P4. 151.4. I wonder if the track will dry up before, or if they can try and get any dry weather coming in. All the times you see have been set by the intermediates. I swear it's now dry.
I don't know what Collins did there. He was practically sideways on the exit of the pits.
Oh dear. It's stationary for too long as well.
We've had to go out on the dry.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd continue because now I don't know what to expect from the dry tyres.
Well, you got F1 in that antics.
I'm going to add on board with FR Dylan because I think he'll be the first car out of this little group to set a dry time.
What's a normal lap time here?
I remember it like being in the 130s for some reason.
I feel like that's a Lewis lap.
Even in track 33, all I know is that I think when was it? Like the 2019 pole time was over 10 seconds faster than the pole time set from 2008. And back in 2008, they were set like 140s around here.
Ah, the evolution of Formula 1.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they come out with.
Oh, I just think there's I just thought of something else in that line. What may be on the level and not of World Cup level.
Yeah.
How about the Olympics?
Oh god no, that's even worse.
Why, you think the Olympics is more popular than the World Cup?
No. God no.
Do you think the World Cup is like the most popular sporting event in the world?
When it's on, yeah. Well, football in general, I know that it is. Lee? I think F.R. Dillon's going to be too happy with you. Instead, yeah, mistake. I don't know.
Is he getting held up by the McLaren or something?
Yeah, the McLaren's on the outlap. F.R. Dillon is on his flying lap. Oh, he's invalidated now anyway.
Oh, that's fair enough then. He's just going to be quite angry.
Carp's invalid. Might as well just ride on board with F1 antics. It's going to be like the only car to set time.
I think this is going to go top easy.
8 seconds quicker in the second sector alone.
Hey, I've just heard them shouting from my family.
Let's have a cheap gander. Okay. F1 Antics currently fastest with the 140 flat. I knew they'd be able to get into like the 130s, but I think they'll be like the high to mid 30s then. I just flicked over and seen, I think Scottish went to boot it in, and goalkeepers doing what they're actually supposed to. There's Cameron out and allowed. I'm going to stay on board with Cameron. He's really been pushing for pole. Yeah, we're actually out of time in quali now, so this is going to be Cameron's only push lap, and he's absolutely ragging that AlphaTauri round across the Anderson Bridge.
I just saw what you're on about. I did choose this. I see that Shifters has decided to call it a day quite early on.
Yeah, big mistake. Unless if he knew that he was going to struggle to get a time in. Leroy's pole 133.8, Cameron P2 with 134.1.
Okay, that's quality.
Imagine if this was just like even a normal day. This kind of grid would be mad.
The Renaults are definitely taking an impact from not setting a dry time.
Yeah, good run down then. T0 pole position for McLaren, Cameron Dowds P2 for AlphaTauri, got Carps P3 for Williams, stepping in momentarily from Div 2. Big shocker. No Mercedes, no Renault in the top 5.
Yes. Now, what are they thinking?
I would say, right, dry tyres, and then I remember that it's going to be wet. Oh, hello, pitch. Perfect timing.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's even made that.
No, he hasn't made it. God, I am. Oof.
While they're waiting to ready up, I just need a quick toilet break again.
You know, a toilet break again.
No, I've not been since I got home. In Singapore, you'll be fine anyway. I'm going to try and do somewhat of a top 10 run through.
Go for it then. Okay, I guess I'm doing it then. Alright then, so our pole position and the man is the McLaren of Chase Leroy. He's going to do quite well. And I think in second place is Campstein. Two great position over his rivals. Cops in P3 brilliant and also by Dylan in the other Alpha Tauri in fourth. Fifth place is F1 Antics. He's got up there, and obviously in 6th and 7th is Shifters and MDJ. They didn't choose to set a dry time. I wonder why. Maybe they plan to start on used wets, maybe? I don't know. And then after that is 8th place is King David up there, and then following behind him is DBX. And finally, rounding out the grid is the Mercedes of H. Collins. That is your 10-car grid, and yeah, nothing more to say. It's gonna be a long one.
Hello.
And he's back.
Whoever's in my bathroom has a shocking taste in music. Have you mentioned the top 10?
Yeah, I did it in there.
Beautiful. Mike's trying to run away. Oh, for God's sake. Tripod's folding in on itself.
The players have hit the where the car gets forcefully slowed down and turns to AIs to line them up.
Hopefully we're not going to be waiting too long for them to get set up again once they make it back to the grid.
I know how long this will be if there's multiple safety cars, and I do not want that.
Hopefully not. In terms of what the cut-off time is, I would like this done before 10 o'clock, and F1 doesn't really have like a curfew.
Here we go. 5 red lights. That's lights and away we go here in Singapore. A very wet one also. They go off quite nicely, but lights trundling along. Oh, there's the Renault diving on the inside of one on Williams. Williams.
Ooh. King David
That's what happened.
A bit of a half spin.
You see, Collins has gone up to 7th already. That was quite well done. Too far. Oh, the Renault shifters going on the inside of Dylan. Think he's got it.
Go on, Dylan, fight him. Fight him.
Try to take the inside of him.
Oh, I was actually. Who's that in the Williams as cops?
He's just like, Dylan slowed down quite a lot there, which is like, oh, he's gone wide.
Was that shifters in the barrier?
No, he kept our barrier.
No, Renault's really struggling now. Like Leroy Cameron allowing to shit off down the road, and you've got a Div 2 reserve in front of them, and possibly the best driver in the midfield.
Here. Oh, here we go, shifters. It's his turn to try and consummate. He was already the one doing it.
Oh, you.
Oh, yeah.
God.
You will get it. The shifters will.
Oh, screw it, this is already better than the footy. That he made it past him. Gonna chase down P3 hopefully.
I got excitement from this and nerves from another going on here. We have a little timing glitch.
Just a bit. The shift is on the inside of FR Dylan at turn 1. Dylan's just like corner cut to stay in front.
Okay.
Down Raffles Boulevard, who's got the quickest car in a straight line. That any help of DRS. Running, trying to use a bit of overtake. He's going to try it around the outside. He's pretty much body slamming the AlphaTauri.
If he keeps on the inside here, he can actually take it off him. You know, they will keep side by side with me. Whichever, which would be fine.
Dylan's left the door open.
Yeah, and that.
He's
let's
through.
Go. Right now through. And the Renault's back him up. And the Renault is back up him at where they belong.
Yeah, one of them, but it's a bit of a hefty gap. Collins the first of the 3-second penalties. I'm right on board with them DJ now, see if he can clear the 2 midfield cars in front of him.
No, it's... Okay, we've reached a slightly calm period.
Mate, this ain't calm. DJ's all over carts, what are you on about?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh!
Whoa, cops!
No damage there, but DXS is trying to squeeze his way through at the same time.
Can he?
News is there, he's still trying to fight it, don't make it too difficult.
Whoa! You have to try it on the outside, which will quickly turn to the inside with this next corner, which he will get the position now. Remember, this is lap 3, so normally there'll be DRS to help people out, but it's raining, so no.
Hopefully know when it's dry, when they should have a DRS is now enabled moment.
Yeah, but it's too wet for that.
I mean, whenever it can, because it's 3 laps in, so when it's safe to do so, DRS will come on. And DJ behind FR Dylan.
Whoa! Cops, this is fun!
On the bridge, well, they don't need it. It's definitely damage. Shame, really. And
and DJ and Dylan.
Right on board with DXS for this.
And DJ does get past, and Dylan, it looks like he's going to struggle against DBX also.
Shifter as fast as that in 54.2. Only
He's
set to be
coming.
improved later.
Question, how many... It seems like the majority of the races we do nowadays are wet.
Just bad timing, really. There used to be a time when we had quite a bit of dry weather as well.
Yeah, that lasted for a long time, that's why they did it.
I think that was because at the time when we started the league, it was in the middle of like a 30-degree heat summer.
DBX is trying with Dylan. Oh, he's shoved in there, he's got past him.
F1 didn't nearly hitting the Anderson Bridge, trying to chuck it through as quick as he could.
I remember when the F1 cars first came to Singapore. Well, I wasn't watching it when they first came to Singapore, but when it came to them, for a few years, and that they had a problem with the magnetic field from the underground and that train line, didn't they, with the cars?
Yeah.
That was
Fight
an
at the back,
interesting
F1 Antics. You able to try and give King David another invite, just to make sure.
Why, is he in or something?
He's lagged out.
Either.
I don't know if that was accidental or on purpose. F1 Antics, calm down, man.
I don't see why it would be on purpose. I don't know.
That said, if even any of the guys we've got on the grid at the moment, if they want to leave for whatever reason, watch football, they can do, as long as it's in the pit lane. Collins is the only person I know who could be held up by an AI car.
How makes you think? Are you sure he's even AI?
Definitely.
What makes you say definitely?
Because it's too slow.
No, he could just be slow.
It's King David, he's not slow. Oh,
You have a yellow
that's
flag?
another Williams. I think he's tried pitting for the dries. Might be a bit too soon. Either way,
It's
it's
definitely
one
stopped
gone.
raining though.
Oh my god, Collins. Squeezes his
No,
way
no.
through, causing a little bit of collisions. But it is F1 Antics, you can try and force your way through. Oh, he's literally diving it into the grandstand.
And DJ's in.
The Williams spun again.
So MDJ isn't just changing his wing, he's also putting on the dries.
Let's have a look then. Softs. What's
Now,
those?
is that a good call by MDJ?
I think it's a smart decision. Anytime you can gain around here, you'll take it, even if it is on the soft tyre. Carps, reset penalty again. Posey, there we go, Antics and Collins, which are drifting through. I bet they can't wait to get off these tyres.
Now let's keep an eye on that time. Sean's gone.
Yeah, he's retarding the pit lane.
So Cameron is in. So according to the drivers, it's time to drive.
Yeah, there's a bit of dry line forming. Not seeing the DRS enabled thing pop up though. Either way, from this small 9-car grid now, what's the craziest result you could think of?
What, for like this race or?
Yeah. Be it, I don't know, Collins on the podium, let's say.
That would be crazy.
Cool, because you need to have a look at the top two. The top two haven't pitted yet. Nor the 4th, 5th and 6th. I'm going to run on board with Leroy for a bit, just see how his car's handling on, because I'm surprised he would be pushing this far.
So F1 Antics is all over the back of Collins.
Yeah, he has been for a while, but they're not really getting anywhere. See, we're going to come into the pits now. No, he's going for another lap.
Shows it's the nature of Singapore. Shifted, isn't?
Let's have a look at Shifters then. When you compared to his teammate, but I think Shifters was able to clear the traffic and MDJ did not. I just don't see how the deficit could be that big between the two teammates.
It's an interesting situation.
I think DXS is making moves because the midfield drivers are now pitting. Leroy, the only person... Right, DRS Nhrl, it's actually dry now, like bone dry track, and Leroy's still out there on the intermediates.
Okay.
He's still got over a 30-second gap. Love to see if he can carry this one to the end. Oh no, it's a Renault! Drivers' Championship leader binning it at the old Singapore sling. Don't really know what he's doing. Just got to be careful though, because F1 Antics is coming through. Oh my god, man. Just keep it... Well, I say keep that a barrier, but I think it's a bit late for that. Just make sure you reach him safely, man. Lee? Explain.
Oh, that's BS!
Is he like coming to the pit lane and he's got like a 10-second penalty?
Yeah, he pitted, but the game says no, here's a 10-second penalty for cutting the corner.
Well, isn't this fun that we allow penalty? Oh, hang on. I think Shifter's running the wall again. And F1 Antics and DXS were trading places. Just in the event or something like that, I think we know what's happened. Clearly not 10 seconds worth of time they gained, so Leroy, don't panic, we can have that removed.
Yeah. A lot of people are getting in penalties now.
Yeah, and that wing of the Renault is getting smaller and smaller as he's going around the track.
F1 Antics has pitted.
Yeah, it's a big chance here for MDJ to try and claw back some points on this, but kind of needs to be in the top 3 to make any significant gain. Let's have a look at standings. The standings have been done. Reservoir, you're a legend if you're watching. Shifters leading the championship on 264.
MDJ has got past in it, Dylan.
And MDJ on 214.
It kind of shows the severe damage that the Renaults have had.
Yeah, but for 50 points, I mean, we are getting quite late on in the season, I think, just because of the amount of time that Shifters normally does finish ahead of MDJ, but it is only by one position. But that's all it takes to be leading the championship.
Hmm.
Because here we've got mediums. I'm expecting it to rain again, but not sure when that will be.
Well, deceptively, the tyres around this track don't last too long.
Yeah, I was hoping that a soft stint would cover as long as they needed to drive for, but if that was the case, I'm not going to hold it back on Leroy for trying to push his tyres that little bit further.
Also, I don't know if it was just me, but I don't know if it was just me being terrible at the game, but fuel management is actually quite tricky here.
Yeah, because it's very stop-start. Heavy braking zones, then accelerating back out of them again. It's one of the things that can really drain your car. Actually, more so than driving just in a straight line at high speed.
It's an interesting one.
It's just because, like, the engine's putting all that work and trying to, like, pull the car, accelerate it out of the corner. Whereas, you know, if you're driving fast, at least you're driving at a constant motion. So the engine's got to work harder to pull itself along and it'll burn the fuel off. I think Baku actually has a similar problem. Just not as much, because Baku, I think, is a little bit more flowing than Singapore.
Hmm.
We're a third of the race through the way. Yeah, a third of the way through the race already. Biggest winners and losers? Probably gonna need about as much information as we can. DXS up 6 positions at the minute, and biggest overall loser Carps, but apart from that, F1 and Shifters down toward the back of the grid. Look at Pens. F1 with a 3-second. Shifters with fastest lap. Who's actually the closest car on the track to a fight? F1 Antics. Oh no, I mean, Shifters is catching him.
And actually, look at this. Leroy is blitzing it.
Oh, I think he said he enjoyed Singapore.
Why is he still doing it?
I don't know. I don't know why it matters. It's just nice watching Shifters catch McLaren. Under the grandstand, I think they're catching King David's car. So Wolverine takes a look back. Oh, that Marina Bay Sands Hotel is brilliant, even in the game. Just going to wait for this Renault to breeze past with DRS. Oh, F1 has got DRS as well. No, it's ran out of space almost. Oh my god. Oh, that was messy.
Yeah, interesting. You're not back in Pep with the championship. Not leader.
Yeah, I don't know if Antics is feeling some kind of pressure. Oh, little lockup. He seems to know where to place his car, but I think it's all quite futile with the soft tyre. He's doing the Michael Schumacher trying to push him near the barrier. Now you've been hung around the outside and he's now overtaking you, so fair play shifters. Let me double check pens again. Everyone's got 3 apart from King David, shifters and DXS. The thing is, everyone's that far away from each other. I don't know if F1. Hang on, F1 Antics just crashed into the penultimate corner.
What will explain the other?
Tyre change, softs for the McLaren.
I'll be right back, Connor.
No worries. Soft's able to go for about lap 20, I think. I remember them not being a very good race tyre. I just can't remember specifically what they were. Oh, please don't tell me that was Cameron who went for a spin. Yeah, it was.
I'm back.
Just missed Cameron in P2 go for a spin at the final corner.
F1 Antics just clipped the wall.
Okay.
God damn it.
Yeah, right, plate's gone.
I'll be right back again, Connor.
No, it's alright. Tyre strategy. I'm a bit amazed that the weather hasn't changed again, considering I was expecting more wet weather. I think these guys would have a bit more information in regards to what Jeff would be telling them, but I don't really know when that's going to be. It's still a bit of a dry system. Might as well ride on board with Leroy for a bit, see how fast his car on the track is coping at the moment. Because even on the medium tyre, he's pulling out laps ahead of the soft runners. Just trying to summon the guys an invite. Oh yeah, anyone watching the stream, if you're also watching football, let us know the score, because all I'm seeing on Discord is that the game is apparently very boring. Oh, Connors and shifters. no. Oh my god, who was that? That's not Dylan, he's span. Drove too far. That's a reset track, that is allowed. Reset track like a pro. The good news is that we're halfway through, so everyone who has been driving their cars can get points, but I believe that's only... would that be the top 8? Possibly, unless unless King David can get in this lap until the end of the race. He's not going to score points. Stin's drifted through the chicane again. King David catching up behind.
I'm back.
Hello. F5 Dylan's holding up King David now. His AI car doesn't really have anywhere to go, it's just reacting to the Altair in front. He did go for a spin at some point in the second sector, and he's just had like horrible tyres since then, so just kind of need to pit for a bit. That was
look how far ahead Leroy is.
Yeah. I know Cameron did make a mistake, but that dropped him to about 20 seconds back, not 40. Unless he's made another mistake and I'm not aware of it. Speaking of Cameron...
He's in.
Yeah, I think I just noticed him. The softs look really done.
Maybe it was tyres.
I reckon Leroy's had some kind of a pit gamble here, because these guys have all got pit twice for a set of softs. The softs didn't survive to what they thought it was going to be. So Leroy being out in the mediums is probably going to be a whole pit stop ahead of them.
I wonder if the strategy for Lee is go as long as possible before the next rain stint.
That looks like the plan. So we don't know when that rain stint is coming.
I just watched it.
It's coming, it's now, it's literally now on lap 17 the rain's come back. As soon as Cameron is pitted for a set of softs and it started to rain.
God, all the championship contenders have not had a good one today so far, have they?
Nope. And it's gorgeous.
It's kind of like what happened in real life F1 a few weeks ago.
When all the championship contenders just having issues left, right and centre.
Yep.
I think the first thing we'll notice about the rain becoming too heavy will be the lack of DRS, not that we're going to see much DRS action anyway.
So do the X's then?
Yeah, into tyres ready and waiting. Is that MDJ? That is MDJ. It's going to want to vacate that Renault pit box as soon as possible because Shifters is coming in as well. Wherever Leroy is, he's still carrying on. Renault get ready in time for him? About 2.5, 3 seconds. Not too bad considering how close they were. Yep, definitely right time now. Leroy's only just came in. is almost a lap ahead. The only person who I don't think he's going to lap will be Cameron, but Cameron's still yet to pit for his fresh set of intermediates, and potentially you could be seeing one more pit stop in about 7-ish laps time when the heavy rain tyres come out.
I don't think I've ever seen a dominance like this.
Not since Singapore Season 2 when DXS lapped the entire Div 2 grid.
Did it?
Oh, Dylan! Oh, if he would have made contact there, I think Leroy would have actually gone to the Netherlands and done some damage. Oh my god.
What's up?
Leroy is having tank slappers all over the place. I think she's kind of got to get used to the conditions again. That McLaren doesn't look very stable. And he's got the most friendliest of all drivers under blue flags in front.
Hello.
I mean that in a nice way, Collins, it's okay. He just actually move out of the way. Cameron?
In again.
Cameron? Why are you on the wets, mate? Unless if it's supposed to be coming that quickly. Yeah, Cameron might be a bit slower off pace for 3-4 laps, but he's going to save himself another pit stop. Oh no. Who's that? FR Dylan. Oh, that'll be why FR Dylan's driving a boat. He's still out on the softs.
Oh my god, I keep hearing shots from downstairs. Jesus.
It must be entertaining then.
I don't know.
I'm assuming the score is... do you have any way of checking just the score?
Yeah, it's still no that.
Oh, first. There's only so much we can talk about in this race, and the closest bit of action is Collins if he's going to be able to unlap himself on the leader. Oh, that'll be a sight. Leroy if he could lap shifters. Possible rule change for the admins. If you lap the entire grid, do you deserve double points? Collins! Collins is out, he's crashed.
Oh no.
Safety car.
Oh god, here we go.
Cheers, Collins. Bog standard stuff, really. Bit of outbraking and horrific understeer by the looks of it. Just went straight to the barrier.
Well, this completely cancels out the over a second advantage that Reed has.
That's more than a second, that's about a minute. Here's the thing though,
yeah, well,
they're all still going to have to catch up. 31, 51 times. Unfortunately Collins hasn't even made it to points. Unless if the game is like started kicking off after half time.
This is going on for a while, isn't it?
Hopefully not too long, because they've only got about 3 laps to catch up.
Maybe.
Tell you what though, this race has had pretty much everything that you'd want from a typical F1 race. Unlike a typical F1 race, who only had half a grid. I hope everyone's having fun watching the football. and if you don't turn up next week, I'll break your legs.
Jesus, Connor.
Like, I'll let this one slide. If this is like a slow death of the league starting today, then I swear to God. So I was thinking, boy, you should have seen it coming. Hey, I thought it was the football.
Hopefully not.
I hope not. Believe it or not, I'm actually surprised it's taken this long for the field to catch up. If anyone else catching up, because Leroy has actually extended his lead on TXS. That was about like 1 minute 2, it's now nearly 1 minute 20. Your safety car doesn't have to wait for all of them.
I'm hearing shouting from downstairs.
By the way, mate, you, I don't know, are you that bothered about the football? Just because if the race finishes, I don't mind doing podium interviews myself if you want to head off.
What?
I don't know how much of a fan of football you are, but if you want to watch whatever's left of the game after the race is done, I don't mind doing podium interviews myself.
Leroy's in again.
Yeah, he kind of has to.
This actually allowed the people that we catch up.
Yeah, but they're also under what you call safety car, so they're not going to catch up that much. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if a safety car just comes in at its own accord, because I don't see anyone gaining out of this safety car. It's more like a very long VSC.
This is just ridiculous. This just shows how much of a dominance these have.
So who was supposed to catch him up? DXS?
Yeah.
Still over a minute back. I don't know if the game's just going to wait for him. He might be out for one more lap, but I don't think everyone is going to catch up. Especially the likes of anyone behind shifters, I think.
I've just heard some swearing from downstairs.
It's probably like the amount of chances they've had, they can't get it into the back of the net. It was like that in the Croatia game. England playing like really well, but it just couldn't land the shots.
Hmm.
Right, tyre. Well, they seem to be doing okay on pens. Everyone besides MDJ and F1 Antics. Well, MDJ really needed, and it's just like not happening. When was the last time we had a podium without the Renault pair?
What?
When was the last time we had a podium without the Renault pair?
Could potentially happen.
I don't even know if it's... I'm pretty sure it has happened this season. Long time since it has. Slightly different topic, Gamey, but what other fans... Well, what other motorsports take your interest?
What other motorsports?
Yeah.
None really.
So you're a F1 and that's it person?
Well, obviously got MotoGP.
Yeah, I'll let you off MotoGP.
I mean, to be fair, I will confess, you do get a lot more on-track action than Moto.
No, I'm not slating MotoGP at all. I think it's great, but I'm more of a fan of the technology. I mean, there's only so much you can do with a frame and 2 wheels. There's more you can do with 4, and 4 wheels is more practical.
I'm unsure what's going on.
You know,
I'm just going to focus on this for a bit.
On footy or
on this, the thing we're doing right now.
oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, the reason I'm saying was going to do a little bit of promo for our World Endurance Championship. Not starting this Tuesday. I believe it's starting. Well, I've got a calendar on it for a reason. Yeah, Nhrl's World Endurance Championship starting about a week after the IndyCar season is finished. 5 race championship, we've got the likes of LMP1, LMP2 and GT3s up for availability. Anyone who wants to take part, races will be an hour timed with about 15-minute quali. Our calendar, Algarve, Fuji, Monza, Spa and Le Mans. And Le Mans is the all-important one because it will count towards the Triple Crown Award that the league has to offer, alongside any Indy 500 winners and or Monaco winners.
Yep, and safety cars in.
Such a long ass safety car, man. Well,
To be fair, it was the normal amount of laps. It's just this got me dragged.
It just felt like ages.
Yeah, I mean it has gone ages. I mean it's only been 20 minutes.
I'd say that MDJ is still 4th, but how is his teammate still so far back? Well, at least we should have some kind of a showing. Right, safety car is in, and Shifters is not going to be able to catch the grid up. Ooh. I guess they had to wait for Leroy to go. DXS is all over him.
Hey up, MDJ's trying to dive bomb.
Oh, MDJ, be a bit careful, man.
Whoa!
Mate, there's a wall there. Just be careful of that AlphaTauri. It's quite delicate. Let's have a look at pens. Cameron could still get MDJ on 3 seconds by the end. He's not going to want that to happen. Like I said, water with DXS.
The reason why DBX is being slow compared to these two is because he's on a different compound attack.
Span! And the lack of grip proves deadly as he's pulled out in front of FR Dillon. Beg that wasn't an end plate gone. It was.
Championship rivals to find each other again.
F9 takes another penalty. Yeah, in case the drivers are wondering, yeah, Leroy having that 10-second penalty, but that was obtained at his first pit stop for when he entered the pit lane and the game thought that he was actually corner crossing. So Leroy will have that 10-second removed.
Even though he's already 5 seconds ahead, pretty much. Oh, DBX!
Oh no, man. Seen the barrier? Yeah. So I don't get why he stayed out on the inters. It's not like he didn't have time or anything to change tyre. I mean, this is nice though, watching Cameron and MDJ. I tell you what would be nice for Lee. If he's that dominant, he should be able to pull that 10 seconds perfectly fine.
You know it will be removed regardless.
Yeah, but I think for these guys who, because we know we have all the information in front of us regarding his penalty, they're going to see that 10-second penalty and think, we can still win this. But if Leroy wants to take any Well, if he wants to play a few mind games with them, he'll put his foot down. It's under blue flags, MGJ's had to slow right down for Cameron. Double check who's got the fastest lap. Leroy, obviously.
Well, it looks like football's got an interesting point.
Head down, focus on F1 just for a bit because Cameron, he's within striking range of MDJ. He just needs to find
definitely striking distance.
a bit of a lunge.
Remember, this is the championship fight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure MDJ is not going to complain at all outscoring his teammate. He's going to, unfortunately, you know, mathematically impossible. We can't pull 50 points back in one race. But things like this can happen. I mean, a bit of a reality check for Shifters. He seems so confident about being able to pull away the gap and actually win this race. Very confident and comfortable with that statement. I'd love to actually speak with him on the podium if he makes it. Actually, I'm thinking Shifters is only just within range of getting MGJ for the podium. Because MDJ is carrying the 6-second penalty. And Shifters needs to stay within his little 1-second window that he is doing at the minute. So I'm bored with him. Unless he's prepared to make another mistake.
This is like the main battle here for these two championship rivals.
It's all about now is, can Shifters have a better damage limitation? Probably jump both of them to P2 on the podium, let alone just Cameron. The Shifters, he's got to stay under 3 seconds to get Cameron, then within 6 to get his teammate.
Well, he's just outside of 3 from Cameron.
And if you from Cameron, the 8 temps, 2.1, it's about 4 seconds. Yeah, so the gap is stagnant, but these two do need to get a move on, otherwise their podium's at risk.
Hmm. Sixth. Has been overtaken.
I just saw that on the mini map. I don't know why, I was just prepared for that to be a yellow sector 1 flag.
Why?
I don't know. Right, Gamey, as the start of this lap, 5 laps left to go.
This has been a lot.
You think the pressure's been turned up a bit for the top 3 at least? I'd say top 4 to some extent. DXS very comfortable finish for P5.
True, the safety car is definitely made this fight interesting, and it's been a relatively good recovery from the championship drivers, to be fair.
Yeah. Half second. Shifters is closing. He's really closing.
Well, he's within the bubble of penalties between the two rivals in front of him.
Yeah, he's making it very easy for himself at the moment. But he's going to want to do it on track. I think maybe the change of conditions at the start threw him off a bit. and this new weather stint kind of hit the reset for him.
Yeah, and he's showing what he's a championship leader, isn't he?
Yeah. It's also burning a little bit more ERS, so that's been letting him claw at the gap some more than those two probably realise. Let's have a look at it. Yeah. Cameron and DJ about the same, Shifter's about halfway down on his ERS. That I also recall, in wet weather you don't really want to be using the overtake besides on the straights. Like you can't really exactly leave overtake through like a fast flowing sector, because you just prepare to say goodbye to your rear end. And it is now a three-way fight on track. Right, I'm going to be spectating Cameron because he's trying to attack DJ but also defend Shifters. If you were Cameron, what would you do? Almost, well, you can't really let him go, but what can you do in this situation?
Man, Shifters is proper on it now, right? Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
just give him a little bit of a love tap into turn 16. So now try and hold on for the final few corners. 3 laps to go.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's going to be really tight by the end.
I feel like I should be apologising.
Don't know why. There's only so much we can commentate on. I don't know.
Well,
believe it or not, I've actually missed these 10 card grids because it's just reminded me of where we came from all those seasons ago.
You got a point there, but I feel like I should apologise. I'm normally the one who that brings up the enthusiasm, but I'm a little bit preoccupied.
No, it is a bit of a bummer with the 8 cars or so we've got running, but unlike normal, I think if we didn't know where our grid was, I think we'd be miserable and probably in tears at this point, but we know where they are, and as long as they can come back for next week, no hard feelings from me. Although what I will probably ask anyone who watched race shifters to span.
Oh no!
I don't know if that was what.
He's got a 50-second advantage, so he's fine.
I don't know if that was one love tap too many. I don't think Cameron did anything to him. All that hard work that he built up, he's got to do it again. The thing is, he's only got about 2 laps to do it. These two are going to be screaming, "Get head down! Don't cost us this." Still a second needed for DJ to secure his podium. Next race, because I keep forgetting what's after Singapore, and it's Russia next week.
Dylan got a penalty. This is definitely if Shifters wants and to overtake him now, he just has to get within that range.
Oh, Cameron!
MDJ has 6.
Let me just confirm. Yeah, MDJ 6-second penalty. Cameron 3.
So all Shifters has to do is get within Cameron, which he has done, because I think Cameron may have made a mistake.
Yeah, he did. He went in a little half spin. Like, I still think Shifters will get MDJ. Not guaranteed to get Cameron though.
Well, he's within the bubble.
Yeah, like he's half second under now, but it's half second that Shifters can't really afford to lose to Cameron. He seems to have found his groove again though. He's catching back up. There's hardly any ERS in that car though. Can tell how he's caught up. See Leroy around in the final corner, starting the final lap. Gamey went on the final lap.
Yeah. We're on the final lap. So, one lap. Here we go. That last shot now, I mean, regardless, MTJ is most likely going to finish behind both of them.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Cameron's just going to try and send it at the end of the straight just to save himself almost. So, MDJ, back off an old teammate up for me.
It is unfortunate though, because MDJ, even though all three of them have had their issues, they're both, he has been on the least amount of issues.
See that comment that just came in. Bear with me while I load that up.
Is someone being an ass?
I hope not. Still 0-0. Cheers, Brezify. I hope it's worth it, or if I think with this late in the game, I don't know if it's been a boring game or what, but I hope it's been a interesting game to watch. Kind of dull, yeah, thought so. This race ain't really been much better, but it's more or less down to lack of cars. Gonna have to ride on with Leroy. This is coming through the final corner. Absolute dominant, and he is going to deserve this. He's going to take the win in Singapore as he's drifting, and the car does let go across the line. Just going to see MDJ round in the final corner for P2.
Here come the rivals.
Yeah, Shifters P2, Cameron P3, MDJ P4, so still a podium for Cameron. I think after all that, like, what does MDJ need to do to claw anything back at his teammate? It's only a 4 points that he's lost to his teammate. It's 4 points that he can't really afford to be losing at this point of the season.
And that's a long wait for the rest of them.
And with Leroy being about 13 seconds ahead of MDJ on track, even with that 10-second penalty, Leroy still wins, which is nice. He doesn't have to rely on a penalty removal, which I think you'll agree, Gamey, as a driver, is very satisfying.
Yeah, very satisfying. Obviously, like him, you would know that penalty will obviously not stand, but do it and just to completely
just to save the stewards a little bit of time as well. Like, no matter what, even if he had that penalty, he still would have done it. Really good drive. P5 then as well for DXS, and F1 Antics just rounding out with final finishing spot in 8th. Shifters driver of the day. I think we all know that title belongs to Leroy, being the absolute dominant driver that he was. Race director. Is it going to be a quiet one for the stewards? Yeah. Good lads. Right, race rundown then. TC Roy taking a second win of the season, I believe, for McLaren. Fastest lap as well, 26 points in the bag. Shifters Mercury, though, extending his championship lead on his rival P2 for the Renault driver on penalties. Cameron Dowd's another podium for AlphaTauri P3. MDJ P2 in the Drivers' Championship. It's 4th place for the Renault driver. DXS doing a good job bringing it home in P5 for Ferrari. FR Dillon classified P6 for AlphaTauri. King David classified P7, but I don't think he's going to be classified from the stewards due to not taking part in the race, lagging out or leaving from lap 4 onwards. F1 Antics most likely be classified higher. The final points paying position, therefore, F1 Antics. Good job, a double point scoring then for McLaren. Your non-finishers in the end were H. Collins, classified 9th, and Carps in P10. Alright, I'm going to try and get top 3 in. Just have a little bit of a chat. Yeah, if you want to head off, that's more than okay. I'll just grab these guys for a quick word. Yeah, Russia next. I think historically with Nhrl, it's been a bit of a smash fest on the first opening laps. Right, if I added the 3 of them. There we go.
Okay.
It's been a bit of a steep.
Alright, finna go on, so I'll see you next week, Connor.
Yeah, no worries.
Next week.
Yeah, see ya. Have I got everyone? Am I missing anybody?
We're missing Lee.
Do we know if we're waiting for Lee or is he not gonna come?
I'm not sure. I wasn't in a party with him at the time, so.
Well, I want to try and wrap this up as quick as I can, but Cameron, it was P3, another podium. I think obviously that penalty did cost you at least 1 position by the end of that, but in terms of how you drove today, are you okay with your performance? Not too bad having a bit of a refresher on changeable conditions?
I'm not sure. I think I didn't drive the best. I could have drove better. There was lots of places where I could have improved by a lot, and I don't know what happened when I was on the softs, but there was no grip when it was dry. There was 0 grip. It was like being on wets on a dry track, but I was on softs on a dry track and I just had no grip. But yeah, strategy wasn't the best. Got a penalty. Yeah, could have drove a lot better today, but yeah, just moving on to the next one, I guess. Get my head back then.
Next race in Division 1 is Russia. How are your thoughts around there?
Yeah. Quite like that track. If it's wet, then oh no. But if it's dry, then yeah, I think I'm in a good position. But the wet, I don't like it.
I pretty much covered everything I wanted to ask. I said good job on P3. Wish you all the best Russia next season. Next week. I don't think it's been that long at all since you've taken part in a Russian Grand Prix. Oh my god.
Yeah.
We're not catching a break with this wet weather, are we?
Yes! Sorry, did I celebrate too early?
Oh my god. I'm just going to move on to you, shifters. Long, boring, tedious. How do you sum up this race today? Not particularly the easiest races, I don't think, for anyone, unless your name is Taze Leroy.
Recovery drive and a half. I bottled it during the soft stint. So I was like a few seconds down. I say that I was a whole pit stop down from the top 4. So yeah, it was just me really recovering until the end, and yeah, my pace in the end, I reckon if I got past Carmen cleanly and catched up faster, I think I would have gotten the win. I did see Lee have 10 seconds by the end, so that's a little bit frustrating, but yeah. As for Mikey, he drove an excellent race, and he's gotten a penalty unfairly, so hopefully that gets removed.
I don't know how you can get a 3-second penalty unfairly. The only penalty that I know that was unfair was that 10-second penalty for Leroy after he come in for his first pit stop, and the game gave him a corner cutting penalty for like
exactly that for Mikey. Yeah, exactly that for Mikey. So
for sure. If that's happened with anyone else, we can just try and get them submitted. We'll see what we can do. We don't normally do it, but I know that some pit lanes are quite difficult with that.
Also, one more thing. I'd like to just say that, not that anyone would care, but this is my last season in Nhrl, so hopefully I'll round it off on a good note, and yeah, on to the next.
Cool. Right, this little lobby is starting to annoy me, but I don't think we're gonna get. Oh, Leroy, you are here.
Yes, I am here.
Right, dominant for starters, but what was the most difficult part about that race?
One difficult part of the race, well, just obviously with the way it's just seeing the poor, obviously, and keeping it out of the walls, really, and then obviously making sure I made the right strategy calls. That was mainly it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I knew you just won the race, but I'm a bit stumped for questions. Really, you drove really well. Yeah, just take us through with that 10-second penalty. Was that the pit entry? What happened? With
yes, I'll happily accept a warning for it, but not a 10-second penalty. Like I did. I'll be honest. I did probably cut the pit lane, but it was nowhere near enough to get a 10 second. But it didn't even matter in the end, so I can't make a complaint too much.
That's alright. Really well done then. Like I said, with next week Russia, how are you around there? The potential for that to also be wet as well.
Oh, I pretty hope so after seeing tonight. But I'm very confident, and I'm just hoping I can do well.
Hopefully it goes better than that one time you lost the race by 100th of a second.
No, you had to remind me of that.
Yeah. I got to. It's because I know I've won it on penalties before. But anyway, that was the thing. Nhrl Season 5 Division 1 Singapore. Happened. Yep. Lowest turnout in quite a while, but no hard feelings to any of the guys who did want to tune in and watch football today. Just I hope to see you all again for Russia next week. Nhrl activity for the next week though, if you enjoyed or at least a bit of a concept of this changeable weather conditions, you want to see a little bit more action at Singapore next week. Division 2 will be taking that on Thursday. And the IndyCar Championship, the final round of the season at Daytona this coming Tuesday, going to be a night race, so that's going to be a hell of an end to the season there. As for me, thanks for watching guys, really well done to everyone who finished today. We'll see you next week in Russia.